A soggy start to your Friday. Tracking rain today, but drying out just in time for the weekend. Plus, a winter preview. Our weather team crunched the numbers, and we're breaking down what kind of winter we could see here in the DMV. Plus, the FBI is going to Greenbelt.
This is transformational. This is a once-in-a-generation economic opportunity for Prince George's County.
What new questions are being raised about the decision from Bureau leaders?
My heart breaks every second.
And a ceasefire in Gaza. One man's struggle after his family falls victim to the bombardment, and the humanitarian pause starting today. And the pandas are back home. What their return to China means for businesses here in the district.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning. It is 6 o'clock right now on a Friday morning, starting off with a live look outside. We do want to say thank you for starting your day with us here on DC News Now. I'm Tanaya Wright.
Yeah, good morning, Jim, Corey, James, Shanika. She's tracking your morning commute. She's going to have more on the roads in just a moment. But Jackie has an exclusive look at the DC News Now's winter outlook. And we're talking mild and rainy or cold and snowy. So many questions. We're going to find out more on that in just a moment. But first, let's turn things over to Jackie. And we're talking cooler and a wet day in store for folks who are going out.
Yes, especially in comparison to yesterday. Yesterday we saw those highs in the 70s. Today, not so much. And yes, we are seeing the wet weather returning to the region. We're seeing those scattered rain showers to kickstart your Friday morning commute. So taking a bit more on the slow side as you're heading in. Yes, we're seeing most of the shower activity mainly along and south of 66 and mainly south of DC, aside from a few of those sprinkles now, but also a few light rain showers back over towards western Maryland. But again, these are widely scattered across the area, so not everyone is seeing the wet weather at this point, but we'll continue to monitor that radar through at least later this evening. Temperatures right now, those are upper 40s to low to mid 50s, and eventually we'll see those temperatures right around 50 degrees coming up in just a couple minutes. Shanika's back with the all-important look at those roads. How's traffic?
All right, no complaints right now. We're going to head out to Northern Virginia. Here's 95, heading north and southbound through Springfield. Things are moving, and that's how we like things. Right before the mixing bowl, which is looking good as well. If you're heading to Maryland or the district, no problems. Let's flip over so we can see your maps. Everything is looking all green, and you're looking at the top side throughout Montgomery County and over to Northern Virginia and Prince George's County. You are looking all good.
All right, in just a few hours, Maryland Governor Wes Moore is expected to discuss the controversy over the new FBI headquarters.
Prince George's County was named the new home for the FBI earlier this week, but apparently it is not a done deal. Our Lex Warris is live at the Greenbelt Municipal Building this morning, where a press conference is scheduled for later this morning. Lex, good morning.
Yeah, Governor Moore is actually going to be joined by Maryland senators, state representatives, and local county leaders for this press conference. And that press conference was announced late last night. This comes over and after controversy over where the new FBI headquarters is going to be. And this decision was years in the making. The FBI Director Christopher Wray actually wrote a scathing letter to the leader of the General Services Administration. That's the person who made the ultimate decision here. Wray claims that the selection was about playing politics and not what's best for the Bureau's needs. But Prince George's County's executive disagrees, and locals also back up the choice.
It's a beautiful idea because we got Goddard Space Flight Center, we got USDA, now the FBI.
Well, I think the decision has been made. I think the decision should be honored.
Well, apparently the anonymous panel that actually gave that original recommendation actually chose Springfield, Virginia for the site, but the leader of the GSA vetoed that, choosing Greenbelt. That's part of what the Director Wray wrote about in his letter. Now, that press conference is being held this morning. It's set to start at 9 o'clock. We will bring that to you guys live right here on DC News Now. For now, live in Greenbelt, I'm Lex Juarez. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Lex. Some local leaders expect the new Greenbelt site to bring an economic boom to the area.
Yeah, others worry about an increased cost of living.
Building the headquarters is going to be great for the building trades, for construction workers and the like. This will be great for current employees who work at headquarters downtown.
We would definitely be looking at prioritizing our resources for delivering affordable housing.
And the Greenbelt headquarters is expected to be built on more than 60 acres near the Greenbelt Metro Station. And again, as you just heard from Lex there, Governor Moore is going to address the new headquarters this morning at 9 o'clock. We are going to stream that press conference on our website at dcnewsnow.com. We, of course, will bring you all the updates throughout the day as well.
And the Fairfax County Public School System claims allegations about repeated sexual abuse on school grounds are false. These claims date back to 2011. The woman who filed the lawsuit is now 24 years old. She says she was repeatedly raped at her middle school. However, lawyers arguing on behalf of the school system say they found Facebook messages from the woman that go against her claims. Lawyers say those messages detail her relationship with the alleged attacker. They are also accusing the woman of filing the claims one day after she was broken up with. The woman says she does not remember sending the messages. And a high-end brothel ring spanning Virginia and Massachusetts has been taken down by federal authorities. Yeah, 3 suspects are now facing federal charges. DC News Now's Liberty Zabala is live this morning in Vienna, Virginia, outside one of those alleged brothels. Liberty, good morning.
Good morning, Corey and Tanaya. Well, we are down the street from the Avalon Mosaic Apartments, which is part of this private community you see right here, the Vantage Mosaic Apartments. Now, this is where you can see also retail shops and businesses. That's where prosecutors say that these suspects rented luxury apartments and lured prostitutes to work there. Now, let's break down for you the nuts and bolts on this case for you. The U.S. Attorney's Office says the suspects used websites offering nude models for photography as a front for prostitution. The operation catered to politicians, executives, doctors, military officers, and more. Prosecutors say the suspects Han Lee, James Lee, Jun Myung Lee rented these apartments to operate this ring. Another brothel that was named was the Hanover Tysons. Now, prosecutors say the 3 men also ran brothels in Cambridge and Watertown, and they say the suspects coordinated flights for these women, allowed them to stay at these brothels, and sex buyers were also charged up to $600 for services. Now, we did reach out to the Avalon Mosaic for comment, and we are still waiting to hear back. Meanwhile, these suspects could face up to 5 years behind bars, as well as a fine of up to $250,000. For now, live here in Vienna, Liberty Zabala, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Time right now is 6:06 on this Friday morning. A prosecutor from Baltimore was convicted yesterday of lying about her side business's finances. Marilyn Mosby is charged with falsifying documents in order to access retirement funds during the pandemic. The charges allege she used those funds to buy 2 homes in Florida. Mosby is also awaiting trial for mortgage fraud. A trial date for that case has not been set.
And Prince William County Planning Commissions are shooting down a digital gateway project after meeting for nearly 24 hours. The proposed data center is very controversial in the area. It is a plan to rezone more than 2,100 acres of land. The meeting to discuss the center started at 2 p.m. on Wednesday and did not end until yesterday. However, the Planning Commission's vote against the project does not mean it's over. The county board is expected to weigh in by the end of the year.
W.T. Woodson High School in Fairfax County is getting a new name. W.T. Woodson was the county superintendent for 30 years, dating back to 1929. He once wrote that desegregation was improper. The school board is now renaming the school after Carter G. Woodson, a Virginian regarded as the father of Black history. Some people are split, though, on the issue.
You're honoring the facility, you're honoring the alumni, you're honoring your teachers, past and present.
We shouldn't have the name of a segregationist on our school.
The name change vote was unanimous by the school board.
And a newly released report shows substance use is down for kids in D.C. public schools. However, the report also highlights some of the concerning trends with mental health. The Youth Risk Behavior Survey focused on middle and high school kids between 2019 and 2021. The number of kids who had at least 1 drink of alcohol before 13 dropped. The study also says the number of children smoking cigarettes, vaping, and using marijuana also decreased. However, the survey showed that thoughts of suicide is a growing problem for young people. Female students report thinking about suicide twice as often as male students. LGBTQ students are about 3 times more likely to attempt suicide. Feelings of depression and suicide attempts were also more prevalent in students with lower grades.
And DC News Now is your local election headquarters. In West Virginia, U.S. Senator Joe Manchin says he will not seek re-election in 2024.
That is right. The 76-year-old moderate Democrat made the announcement in a video post to social media. Senator Manchin has held the position since 2010. He's long been considered the most vulnerable Senate Democrat on the map heading into 2024.
Yeah, now his decision to retire gives Republicans an opportunity to pick up a seat in the deep red state.
When America is at her best, we get things done by putting country before party, working across the aisle and finding common ground. Many times this approach has landed me in hot water, but the fight to unite has been well worth it.
And Manchin teased a possible retirement to run for Senate re-election and in presidential campaign in the last few months. Now, he says he's not fully stepping away from politics. He plans to travel the country to see if there's interest in creating a moderate movement. All right, your time right now is coming up on 6:10. We have new details on attempts to restore voting rights to former felons in Virginia.
That is right. Right now, people convicted of felonies permanently lose certain rights in Virginia, like the right to vote. Earlier this year, Governor Youngkin claimed that he would start requiring released felons to apply to have those rights restored. However, the state's NAACP president says he has records that show the governor's administration has no clear standards for restoring those rights.
The only reason that they provided was that you can apply next year, and that's really not adequate.
Several groups have filed lawsuits saying Virginia's laws that automatically strip felons of their civil rights is illegal. Those cases are still ongoing.